gone.
Yeah.
Oh, now we're here.
What up?
Are we?
Oh,
Did we do
didn't
it?
see you there.
Are we doing the thing?
I think we're doing a bit.
Yep.
All
Ideas,
right.
Everything.
Hopefully, welcome to the Mist, where a bunch of pals get together and play some D&D. We're so glad you're joining us tonight. If this is your first time watching the Mist, welcome. Please follow the Games Tavern on Twitch. It's free. It supports the show, the cast, and the crew. Remember, you can watch us on Twitch, and all shows are uploaded to YouTube typically 48 hours later, so you can catch up on all the shows you may have missed. We're going to get rolling shortly, but first, some announcements.
Remember, if you have Amazon Prime, you can also get a free Prime Gaming subscription. Prime Gaming subscribers support everyone on the show and get access to sub-only emotes and to a special subscriber-only channel on the Games Tavern Discord.
And tonight, make sure to cheer on your favorite character when they do something awesome. Your bits and cheers show your support for the character, and we love you, our friends, for your support. Your subs help to support production quality upgrades so that we can make better shows for you. And we all know who your favorite character is.
Do we though?
And a humongous thank you to Shard Tabletop for sponsoring this show. Go to the link in the chat and check it out for yourself. Shard Tabletop is the place to play 5th edition. You can access rules, adventures, and other supplements. It also provides digital tools like character builders, a digital character sheet, as well as all sorts of other tools for your gaming use. We think so highly of it that it's the official VTT of the Games Tavern. And to make that even better, just go to Shard Tabletop link in the chat and use the promo code TGT for the Gaming Tavern, Shard20, TGT, Shard20, to save 20% off on all subs.
And homies, don't forget that tonight, like most other nights, we are doing a giveaway. Yay! Who doesn't like that? Tonight's giveaway is for an epic character avatar fantasy starter bundle and 3 free packs. Type !EPIC, that's epic, right now in the chat because the raffle should be live. Don't forget that you should be a follower, 1, because we're awesome, 2, because you need to be a follower to enter into said raffle, and you got to be present at the end of our show so that our staff can contact you if you've won. We're going to be taking entries all the way into the end of the stream, and then we will pick a winner. Once again, that is !EPIC.
Hey, Brad.
Yeah,
other,
working on it.
Other way.
Thank
other
you.
Way.
Stage right. Thank you.
You're doing great. I do believe it's time for some introductions. Daryl, do you want to kick us off?
Hold on. Give me a second. Hi, I'm Daryl. I play your Goliath Rune Knight Fighter, Brigade Stonebuilt, and I'm going to be just fine.
Doing great. Hi, friends. I'm Jess, and I play Bronlyn, our Tiefling Druid.
Hi, I'm Kyle. I play Salem Klein, your resident human inquisitive rogue.
I am Laura. I'm playing Kura, our human Twilight cleric.
And I am Matt Fellman, and I'm playing the good doctor, the artificer, alchemist.
I am Bran. I will hopefully be your DM tonight. We are going to see how this goes. So I know technically I was supposed to fill in for our last time. Someone else want to, or you want me to let it fly?
Oh, it's the poisoner.
It's still your turn.
All right.
You don't get to skip. There's no skips.
I was hoping. All right. From the Diary of the Poisoner. Dearest diary, oh, the circus has been so much fun. I fit in like a charm. Oh, a little bird has told me certain things about, well, our favorite customers. Seems they went on a bit of a prison breakout on the ocean. Oh, must have been so exciting. Shame I couldn't have seen it. Seems they also fought the very ocean itself. And while certain revenges were not yet quenched, they were victorious. As they left with their newly freed companions, the mist came for them, along with someone they remember. Someone back in Starfall. Someone that is definitely... Oh! I can't say much more than that right now. But alas, they were pulled away into the mist and dropped off. Somewhere new, somewhere strange. Somewhere oddly pleasant by the sounds of it so far. A lush forest and a sun. Maybe I should have followed them along instead. Oh, well, dear diary, it's showtime and the circus calls. Talk to you soon.
Somehow both pleasant and terrifying at the same time.
That is how it
done.
should be.
That's how he do.
All right. So as stated, you'd recently come to in the back of a stagecoach or a wagon, excuse me, with several extremely excited or nervous youth. They seem to be all elven so far. You did notice that there appear to be two of slightly older age, still young by elfish standards, taking the lead, guiding the horses, and the other one seems to be periodically looking over and tending to the younger ones. No one seems to have made a strong reaction to the lot of you suddenly being in this cart. The female elf at the front had mentioned that they just had one more stop to go. They just needed to pick up the final girl on this, and they would be making their way to camp. And I think we can take it from here.
Oh. Does anyone else notice that no one's freaking out? There's just a very big man in the back seat now.
It was similar with the ship crew as well. They seem to not notice when we arrive.
But they were skeletons. These are people.
True. I guess we would need a third instance to really lay out a thesis on this mist traveling.
I feel like we're going to get more than a third. What did you say?
Well,
Thesis?
if I were to
Thesis, yes.
create a thesis on this traveling, we would need a third instance.
I stopped listening when you started saying that.
Fair.
As the doctor rambles on, I try to grab the attention of the head elf in charge. And I ask, reckon you can tell me about how long we've got until we arrive to a destination?
She turns around to your voice, and as she does, there's definitely a very strong sweetness. It's a very kind face. It's a bright smile. It seems like she's sort of used to speaking to younger folks. And she says, I know, it's a pretty long ride, huh? I know it gets a bit sore, but it's not going to be too much longer, I promise. Just a couple hours, and we're going to be there, and it's going to be totally worth it. You're going to love it.
Have any of y'all been here before?
Who are you directing the question to?
So it was, from what I remember, we were already talking with, there were other of these elven youths.
Yes, the youth.
in the back. So that's who that was being directed towards. But if the person that Bronwyn was talking to was also paying attention, I guess that was towards them. Just the people we just sort of popped in
Gotcha.
here with.
The
Open question in general.
the one leading has already turned her back by this point and didn't quite get the direction. But the children are there, and they kind of shake their heads at you. There's a sort of a ruddy-faced elf who's like, no, it's my first time. It's like fishing into his bag and pulls out this like hunk of what looks like taffy and takes a big pull off it and sends it your direction, Salem.
I'll take it and I'll just rip a piece off to me before I hand it back. Much obliged.
Go on, pass it around. We're all supposed to be good friends by the end of this.
Right. So we're all in the same cart?
Yes, you all are.
Okay.
You do notice 2 other carts on the road that seem to be equally filled with like 2 figures in charge and then several youths in the wagon.
We don't see any like weird copies of ourselves in the other cards, do we?
There are no weird copies of yourselves in the other cart.
Right.
I'm gonna hand it off to the taffy off to Cora. So is this supposed to be everyone?
But
Well, aside from the girl.
They said we were going to pick someone. So.
One of the other children pipes in, a little more well maintained, a little more definitely seems to have an air of wealth and dignity in his poise. Yes, we have to pick up one more counselor, they say, and then we'll finally be out in the woods.
I pull off a piece of the taffy and I pass it to Bronlin. And then I ask, what is this camp supposed to be called?
It's Felcourt's Springs.
Felcourt Springs.
You there, youth. One of you.
The proper one that reminds you of yourself?
Can you describe this gentleman here? And I'll point to Brigane. What does he look like to you?
And Brigane looks back to you. Giant and mean?
What? I'm not mean.
I'm just eliminating possible. I'm more explaining to these guys than I'm just trying to eliminate possible reasons for their not questioning our sudden appearance.
After I say what I'm not mean, I definitely look at that kid. I go,
He is pressed against the wood on the other side as much as he can. Just
I say this
shrinking
as I'm carrying a child. Because I've not put Casimir down.
I'm gonna say Casimir mirrors here. She does the lean over like the dead eye stare at that kid.
Please tell me she brings out a knife.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I can see her like slowly pull the knife out, and then like Bronlin just reaches up, not even looking, to just put the knife away.
It's the one fluid movement where knife up and the other hand knife down.
I take the knife away and I replace it with some taffy. I replace it with the taffy.
You're taking the knife from.
If it's out.
She'll cut you.
How do you expect her to learn to use a blade if you keep taking it away from her?
There's a time and a place, and this is not the place.
I had so many blades and knives by the time I was this child's age.
Yes, but I don't think we're anywhere like where you were when you were that child's age, Brigane.
I'm from a tropical island. I don't know what you're talking about.
Their children are kind of leaning in, watching you, fascinated by the prospect of someone raised with knives and blades.
But I did have to fight a giant crocodile in order to be allowed to leave the tropical island. So I guess. Okay.
I mean, it's not that unusual. Knives, clubs, pretty much anything that you can cause some damage with. I don't see what they're talking about. We're back. And we're
That
back.
was incredible. We're never going to be able to do something like that ever again.
I rolled
Shame the
so many
camera was
nat-
not on.
so many natural 20s just now. The
We'll
biggest
never get
battle.
that past the Twitter
Not a million years.
Twitter filter.
Nope.
All right. Glad to be back.
Dwayne Johnson was here.
It was awesome.
So humble. So humble.
The humblest. But yeah, so wait, you want living going with knives and hunting, Brunland?
Right, I'm sorry. I just had a momentary micro nap. No, when I was young, I was learning how to bake bread and playing with my twin and just kind of frolicking. It's pretty nice. It's a nice
Did you-
childhood.
Do you ever play goat ball?
No.
Oh,
What?
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 Goat ball?
Yeah, you make a ball. It's made out of goat leather, and then you climb up on these spires, and then you have to try and not fall off as people throw the ball at you.
Right. Yeah, that does not sound safe.
I mean, it's no worse than hog running. I mean, you go mess with the hogs and just make sure that you get out with enough scrapes to make sure you make it home for dinner. But I'm not really sure whether the confusion or the Did you all not do that?
What about mountain racing, where you climb up a mountain as fast as you can and try to get back down as fast as you can? First one back down wins. Sometimes people would just jump off, and that's how they win.
I mean,
Did y'all
heard
do
of it.
normal things? Let's say, I don't know, playing duck duck goose.
The hell is that? I ate a duck, and a goose.
Just
Like it's not this. The weird part is, the place I come from, it wasn't just Goliaths. Like it was all types of races that lived with us. So that's
No.
the weirdest part for me.
Normal is relative to your circumstances.
Yeah. Okay. I agree with Kura. With the words that she says.
Thank you, Brigade.
I don't know majority of those words meant.
I'm still. Go ahead.
how many tokens do we have? Because Elder Lobo gave us 3,
3.
Elder Lobo gave us 3.
and we had
And we had-
one additional one, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
And we had 2 additional. Didn't the poisoner give us 2? And we
Where's the
had to
ticket?
choose.
So
We had the
if-
ticket.
What I as Salem have, I have 5. I have 5 technically. The doctor has 1,
Mm.
and I kind of have a single use one.
Yes, that's the ticket. The ticket is just like one person can go there. Because apparently the circus is stingy.
I'm still having a bit of mist brain coming out of it. So are we counselors or are we campers? I'm asking one of the elves driving the wagon.
Is there a bed big enough for me?
The young man at the reins looks back to the odd questions that are barged in. He says, first off, he's like, oh, you already think you're ready to be a counselor, huh? I like that moxie. I like your spirit.
All right.
He looks over at you. You don't have to worry about the size of beds. You'll be sleeping in tents.
Same question.
But is there a tent that's large enough for him? And I just kind of look up. I know that we're all sitting, but he's still
Yeah, he's
much
still
taller.
lifted
than
up.
me.
Oh, this. Oh, yeah. The carriage is definitely like. I probably at some point adjust it to be directly in the middle so it doesn't tip to one side or the other when they take a turn.
Games used to be in a boat.
Yeah.
The dance.
I've just been surfing the entire time.
Well, it might be a close fit with a couple of the other campers, but I'm positive you'll be able to keep your feet dry.
And how old is it that you think we are?
I didn't think to ask. One of the little kids, the one with the ruddy face, jumps in. I'm 32.
Okay, that makes sense.
And does it look like I'm 32 as well? I'm just asking because you think I'm not ready to be a counselor, but we're campers, and so, and my compatriots here, do they not also look a little out of place?
Right, minus this one. And I kind of point to Casimir. That one's definitely a camper.
Yes.
She is Casimir is currently like stealthily just kind of rolling her fingers and tapping on the knife that's tucked away in her belt. Just kind of tapping at it. It's kind of almost giving the shifty eye to the surrounding woods, the lookout.
Easy, my dog of war. Zoo.
Oh yeah, she's gonna have the Raised by Adventurers background.
The female elf leans over and puts a soft hand on your shoulder, Doc. Says, I know this is strange and uncomfortable. I know it can be real scary. But I promise, you're going to have such a good time. You're going to have so much fun, and you're going to learn so much about yourself.
Oh,
And gives that a tender squeeze on.
I know we've been joking about daggers and knives, but we all have our weapons, correct?
You do.
Okay, just making sure.
Your mountains of gold you may not have. Only of what you would have had on you, as far as your hoard.
Uh-huh.
Oh darn.
so
But the majority, I think, of your equipment, you should have everything.
so this is what going mad feels like.
I kept my gold in my backpack just for this, so I should have all
All
of
right.
my portion.
All right.
My carrying capacity is large.
The wagon slows down and kind of comes to a stop in front of a rather cute. You couldn't even call it a village. It really is just a couple of small houses close together. As you see a figure running out towards the wagons. As it approaches, you notice another bright-eyed, more of an olive skin and sort of an ashy, dirty, blondish hair, just in ringlets coming down. Just this barefoot young elf, just racing towards the cabin, and leans up and grips the hand of the girl that had been talking to you prior, kind of embrace, and she kind of waves at the driver, and kind of leans, pulls herself up over the cabin to look at everyone. Is everyone ready?
Sure.
Ready as I'll ever be.
This is not the weirdest thing that has happened to me in the past couple of days. So.
Oh no, nothing's weird about this.
Okay, yeah, sure. So I don't believe that whatsoever.
Now it's weird.
No, we're gonna have so much fun. I promise you're gonna learn so much.
Insight check.
Go for it.
With advantage. Okay, 19.
This young lady truly believes she's going to change your lives.
Is that changed with malice?
Not at all.
Okay.
No. This is
Yeah.
someone hopeful. This is someone excited to bring out the best in you.
Oh boy.
Well, this is certainly the most relaxed I've been in the past 3-4 days. I've lost track at this point.
Did you Did you remember to keep your gold in like an easy to reach place? I kept
think
mine in
so.
I kept mine in my backpack. Which
I've
is
got a
also-
handful in my coin purse.
Okay, I'm just making sure we were gifted so much gold from those poor people. I would hate for it to go to waste.
Come aboard, young lass. What's your name?
She grips your hand. She gently grips your hand to a degree, but she's also lifting herself up with one free hand. Aw, gentlemen, thank you. She kind of, I'm gonna say, sits between who's sitting next to Doc in this rotation.
I think Bergain has
I'm in
been
the
established.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the middle.
Next to
but
me.
I'm next to everybody. Let's be honest.
Right? She sets her pack down, sort of slides in between Doc and Brigane, and glances up to Brigane. She's like, and also, don't worry about your gold. That's taken care of. You're not gonna have to pay for anything out here.
That's not what I was concerned.
That's city concerns.
That's not why I was concerned about it. I just want it. I got it fair and square. It is mine, and I want it.
No one's gonna take anything that's yours. I
Oh,
promise.
I know they're not.
Good. You're already starting to trust those around you.
Just for a point of
With that,
clarification.
the wagons begin moving again.
Just for a point of clarification, what city in particular concerns?
Oh, about how much gold you have, and
No, I mean
those
the
out
city.
for-
It's the city name.
I don't live in the city. We just passed by my house.
But you don't know the name of the city.
There's no city for many miles from here.
But what is the name of the city?
I don't go into the city. I'm sorry, friend. Where are you from? Are you from the city?
Okay, again, I bring this up. We know it's a problem when I notice something weird, right?
Well, in certain circles, it's not unknown that the elders don't teach much outside of their little corner of the world. They teach what's relevant to what's around them. If that means excluding whatever the nearest city is, so be it.
Are these... I guess I would have some input. Are these high elves or wood elves?
You're definitely gathering that there are wood elves.
Okay, yeah, okay.
At least in this cart.
As I actually start paying attention. Yeah, okay. Okay, I understand it now. It makes more sense to me now. So I look at them, they definitely probably have some like tribal stuff on their face.
Right. So about how long does camp last anyway?
I'm sorry, say again?
About how long does camp last anyway?
Well, you got about 2 weeks.
Is that a
2 weeks.
long time? I've never been to I've camped before, but I've never been to a place that's just for camping.
I mean, back when I was growing up, my brother and I, Kit and I, always went to a stay away camp, but it was just a weekend. So I don't know. 2 weeks is kind of a lot. That's what I think anyway. But I'm so excited to be here. We're going to learn so much. It's going to be great.
It is
Going
the
to
twin
learn
you spoke
something.
of, yes?
What?
I was just saying, and Kit is the twin you spoke of, right?
I give him a nod, and then I just kind of look away.
Casimir has a look of concern on her face as she's kind of staring at Bronlyn about this revelation. I don't believe they knew about your twin.
I just give Bronlyn Casimir.
I have no more love to give today.
Here's your safety blanket, I guess. Here.
Is there like space around me to sit, or do I need to like move stuff off of my lap?
Casimir's wily enough to work her way.
Like a
and
cat.
close and-
Perfect.
Yeah.
To address our newest companion on this trip. So, what wildlife are we going to be fending off?
Ending off. Oh,
Yeah.
that's
So- when my brothers and sisters and I, we did this sort of thing before. Parents just kind of left us in the middle of the woods, and we had to fend for ourselves. It wasn't until later that they informed us that was essentially the most dangerous part of the woods, and that they who came back alive, well, they would get their own hunting party. But I'm just trying to figure out, maybe see what we have waiting for us.
there's a hand clasped in front of her mouth hearing this. And you see there's a moment where she's doing some quick thinking. Oh, wow. Okay. So you're going to be really comfortable here. That's great. You already have experience out in the woods. That's awesome. I'm going to hope that I'm going to need you to help now that I know that you're so already knowledgeable and so already good at this. I need you to just kind of keep an eye and make sure everyone else stays safe and knows what they're doing.
So
Can you
I'm
do
gonna
that
be a
for me?
counselor.
Not yet.
CIT.
So maybe I'm just confused. What
Maybe
you
not-
just described.
Maybe
to me
not
was-
official. Well,
You're going to be the camp helper.
yes. Thank you. The camp helper.
Like a pet for the teacher.
And is there more food on my plate for this? Rule of the Wild dictates that the more effort I put in, the more I should be recompensed.
I'm sure we can sneak you an extra piece of cake every now and again.
Okay.
Cake.
I'm very confused about what this camp is supposed to be.
Wait, there's cake in the woods?
Well, I mean, not in the woods, but there'll be cake when we get there.
But isn't there in the woods?
Well, so maybe not as in the woods as you were used to, which is good. It's good. Not everyone is quite as adept as you are.
Are there wolves around?
No,
Oh,
no,
yeah, saw
no.
that?
No, no,
Oh.
no. Well, maybe.
Well, at least there's
Maybe
some
in the
fun.
nights, if you listen real closely, I bet you could hear them.
I had to ask what type of wolves we could hear. And I unbutton my shirt so I could show a few of the tattoos. And I show the one on my stomach. I'm like, because this is a dire wolf. I got this after I took out 4 of them with the other group I was with. You don't want to deal with those. They're the size of your horses.
No, I certainly don't want to deal with those.
Okay.
Hmm.
I flex my abs, then I button my shirt back up.
I look towards Kura, see if I could catch her eye.
You'll catch it.
I kind of purse my lips just a little bit.
And I just shrug a little.
And I get again, this is gonna be a weird thing for Brigade to realize.
Excellent.
What are your names? We never ask anybody their names.
The tan skin one, the final girl who jumped into the wagon with you. It's like, oh, I'm sorry. I am Counselor Danny. She extends a thin hand out to you.
I give like one finger. I'm assuming that's all her hand can reach around.
Yeah, we'll say.
It's like Shaq shaking hands with literally any normal person.
That Andre the Giant.
Just completely engulfed. So just very gently.
She points to the other two counselors at the reins of the wagon. So, and over there, that guy, that's gonna be Bellspring. He's really nice. He's a little goofy, he's a little funny, but he's super cool. And her points over to the one who already has sort of a wooden crown that almost looks like it's forming into an antler horn. Over that's Celadine. She's super smart. If you have any questions, she can answer like that.
Doctor, I found one for you to talk to.
Excellent.
She starts to point towards the other wagon. She's like, well, it's okay. You're gonna meet them all soon.
No, name all of them right now, man. Name everyone in this. I want all the kids too.
You want all the kids?
No,
Yes,
I don't.
Absolutely every single one of them.
We
need it right now.
I specifically want Jess to form an attachment to all these camp kids so that when you inevitably do something terrible.
I'm sorry, this one is child 1, this is child 2, this is child 3, this is not Casimir 2, not Casimir 3.
Now you're thinking like the doctor.
She's like, okay, well, I haven't got to meet all the kids yet. We're gonna have time for everyone to meet up. But she points a finger up to the wagon behind you. And you see another wood elf, a young lady. She's like, all right, that's Bixel. And she points out, and you see now for the first time, not a wood elf. From this glance, you can't quite tell if we're a very fair-skinned tiefling or perhaps a satyr. All you see is a bit of a pale figure with some curled horns on the head. And over there, that's Antu.
And begin.
It's wonderful to meet you, Brigade.
Yes.
Is this your first time at camp?
This type of camp.
I think you're gonna have a lot of fun.
My camps were in the same type as he's for the most part, and I point at Salem.
Salem, by the way. Nice to meet you, Miss Danny.
Wonderful to meet you too, Salem.
Right, hi Danny, it's nice to meet you. My name is Bronlyn, and this little tyke, her name is Casimir.
Casimir waves out there. She kind of stares just a moment longer than you would expect to Bronlyn. You know your way around the woods a bit, do you?
That I do.
Excellent. Perfect. All right, cool.
We're looking
cool.
for an additional counselor.
You know, I think you definitely have a step up on. So
If anyone here is a camp counselor, it's definitely Broadwood.
Right. Well, should we sign this paperwork or what? I'm ready.
Not
Put me in,
quite yet.
coach.
I appreciate all of you are just raring to go, and I'm so excited because sometimes kids are scared and they just want to go back home right away. But I'm so lucky you're all just so ready.
How does one get selected for this camp?
Well, we've definitely made ourselves known for some years now. A lot of the other counselors will go to the cities or the towns, the areas where most kids don't get an opportunity to experience the nature that we know. So it's kind of a service. It originally started out just reaching out with elves, but there's no reason why everyone can't join us out here, I think.
Well, I'd imagine there would be some issue if it was just for elves, and then I look at Bronlin, Kura, and Brigade, and then meet Danny's gaze again. Well, I think you get the idea.
Oh, that was a long time ago. And quite frankly, I don't think they expected anyone else to want to connect out with nature the same way. It was sort of a way to just not let them forget where they came from. You know what I mean?
I suppose. I mean, easy enough to do. Just toss the kid out into the woods. Let him come home after a few days. That'll show him.
That definitely works for, those that were raised like us. But a lot of these kids, there's no making. She kind of stops herself from explaining something awful. They just need more experience. But I guarantee after this time at camp, they could totally do it on their own.
Oh, I can teach them all how to fight.
There is definitely a place to learn such techniques, and maybe we can later.
I know how to use every single weapon that's ever been invented, ever.
Right, maybe we should stop harassing Danny and let her get to her duties as camp counselor. She hasn't even greeted kids 1 through 9. We just seem to be taking up a lot of the time.
It's like, this one needed West over here, the one that's still cowering in the corner. I'm like, this one, you're gonna be mine.
You see, she sort of slides out between Doc and Brigade and kind of makes her way over to kid. Aw, are you missing home already? Hey, you're gonna have, and just start to try to comfort him for obviously the wrong reason, but
I haven't stopped staring at this kid. just.
I nudge Brigade.
Hmm?
Stop that.
But it was funny.
Yes, but still.
And I wink at it's actually funny to me. Sorry. And I wink at Casimir. Terrifying children.
somebody has to. You always have to have that uncle.
But big muscle bound. I have two gigantic weapons just on me, as well as 2 other ones that are just on my wings.
All right. A bit more time passes. The road gets just a little rockier, a little rougher. Not that you were particularly close to any cities when you started this journey, but with how dense the forest is now, you're positive you're not going to see one ahead of you. the wagons pull into what looks to be a very just sudden clearing in these woods. It just sort of opens up that if you didn't know what you were looking for, and if this, if you had not been following that road, you would have never expected to see this clearing. As it is, the wagons pull up to two reasonably nice cabins, wooden cabins that are set up there. You can already see that there's smoke coming from the chimneys on there. It already has a very comfortable presence as you enter. Over to the west, you do see a grouping of fairly large tents that are probably meant to house several of the kids at a time, or maybe one brigade. You see a lovely little lake in the center of this clearing, and beyond that, back more towards the tree lines, you do see a very large, it looks to be an oak tree, but there's definitely something more to it. It's away from the others. It's a slight different color, and there just seems to be almost not a mist. You've seen enough of those in your time, but there seems to be a slight swirl of energy. You kind of, if you stare at the tree, it's gone. But the moment you sort of look from the corner of your eye, you can see the swirl of colors coming from it. As the wagons stop, Danny leaps off and stretches and, all right, who's ready for camp?
I pop up and I kind of, right, I'm ready.
Gives you the double finger. Excited for all these helpers. All right, and with that, we're going to take a quick break, and then we will be right back. Back to camp.
All right, let's get
Go
done.
anywhere.
All right, we are back. I think we got a couple quick announcements, and then we are back to camp.
First off, the Games Tavern Patreon is a great way to support the show and get useful perks and awesome content. The latest updates include early access to the interviews from the Games Tavern Happy Hour, miniatures paint plans from That Mini's Paint Show, and battle maps and plug-in encounters in your game. Just go to patreon.com/thegamestavern, all one word, and get your hands on this amazing content. Some recognition of some of our regular Patreon supporters: Veritas23, Rose, Math Productions, Michael B, and Christopher D. Thank you for all your patronage and support.
And friends, don't forget, we have a giveaway going on right now for an epic character generator. You definitely want to win this. It's going to be an epic character avatar fantasy starter bundle with 3 packs. Make sure you type in !EPIC. Again, that's !EPIC into the chat right now. Don't forget, you got to be a follower. You got to be here at the end of our stream to be eligible to win. So go ahead and do that right now. And we will be drawing the winner in like 2 hours. So be here. That's all I got.
All right.
Back in.
So you have just been dropped off into this camp out in this dense woods.
You just got dropped off at camp.
You just got dropped off at camp.
You know, exciting.
As you do.
Yeah. If you want, I can send you guys right back to riding on the giant undead titan if you'd prefer that.
Oh, thank you.
I am quite happy with our current settings.
It would not go well if we went back there empty-handed, so unless Brahma wants to visit their soul.
I'll jump out of the cart.
And I'll follow.
I jump out of the cart and then watch it raise up about 3 feet.
And say, as you do that, there was one of the city kids attempting to do the same as jump off, but the sudden lurch forward just made him lose his footing and just sort of
I try to catch
Oh, you're
him.
gonna go for it?
Yeah, I try
Give me a roll for that. I want to see if you can catch this kid.
what roll?
I'm gonna give me an athletics, I suppose.
All right. That's a nat 15, so 21.
Yeah, your arm just lunges out, catches this kid. He's just suspended in air at this point.
Okay. You got to wait before you do that. When I get off of something, always wait a few seconds. So then I just gently
Looking up and nod.
I gently put him on the ground and I tussle his hair.
Look at that. Thanks, big kid. And kind of darts off towards the tent.
I give an audible chuckle at that.
Big Kid. That's going to be the nickname. It's going to stick.
I will kill all of and go out of your sleep.
I mean, you knew where we slept on the ship, and you knew where we slept in the big
What was
body.
That? Oh,
But you know, it's not very nice of you to make fun of me for stumbling over my words, Brigane. And I hope that you don't do that again. Anyway, like I was saying, you don't know where we sleep in this area yet, so you better watch it.
I know where you sleep too. And then I'll walk off.
I have so many traps that I have not been using.
God, that was so creepy.
I have so many traps that I have not been using, and they are going to be used. Wait, no, there's children around. You can't put that.
There are children. So you see the kids making their most of them are a mad dash to grab their tents. You see in the distance a counselor waving them over and kind of pointing out tents to the different kids. The counselors that took the wagon ride with you, they're all sort of there just stretching, just kind of glad to be out of. And so they're still a bit around the wagons at this point. If you wanted to.
Is Danny still there somewhere?
Yes. Yeah, she's right there with the other counselors, sort of chatting it up. It seemed like they're kind of just reconnecting. Like it's probably been a season.
All right. So I walk over and I will just patiently wait and not butt into the conversation, but just be there.
Yeah, you don't even wait long as they are attentive. It's like, oh, hey, what's up? Are you looking for which tent's going to be yours?
No, I was more coming to make an offer with a particular skill set that I have. My name is Kura, by the way. But I just wanted to say that if any of the other campers happen to need, let's say, spiritual guidance while they are here, I am free for that. I am a cleric of Sedune.
You see, in all their faces, they're definitely familiar with Sune. And again, Danny reaches out a soft hand, kind of claps your shoulder. It's like, that's fantastic. Thank you for the offer. I guarantee a lot of the younger kids, it gets rough on them. And, any sort of counseling you can give is definitely going to be great for them. So thank you for that offer, Chris.
I will be attentive, and you're welcome.
Thank you. Well, why don't all of you find your tents, grab them, pick which one's yours, and, if you want, you can go rest for a little bit. But after that, we got some activities, and we got something super cool if you're feeling brave.
All right.
So, question. Those tents over there, that's it? That's all the tents that we have?
She nods and puts them out. Well, generally, she points over to the cabins. Well, that's for the counselors, generally speaking. But for all the kids, you'll have your tent set up there. Don't worry, it's not that far, and we always have someone on patrol keeping an eye out for you.
I'm mostly just concerned that all of the provisions and everything are just kind of being left on the ground in the middle of the woods. There's no sleeping set up, no nets, no hammocks set up in any of the trees or anything.
I walk over to Salem and I give him kind of a pat on the back and I say, right, you're just worrying too much, mate. I mean, come on. It's camp. Live a little. Let's go.
Yeah, I intend to live. That's the whole point. But yeah, we can take care of everything that is wrong with this situation. Thank you for inviting us to your gathering in the woods. Bronwyn and I we'll go take stock of the situation out there.
Hey, you just let me know. You just let me know if you see anything you need, and we'll definitely make it happen. We're so glad that you're all here with us. So awesome.
Sure. So I start heading towards the tents. And are you actually going with me, Bronwyn?
Yeah.
Okay. So tents, yeah, fine. You saw that tree though, right?
I give him kind of like a, yeah.
I want to get a closer look. And just beeline towards the tree.
Okay,
Right.
I pawn Casimir off to Kura and follow. Right, do you mind just taking her and getting this set up? I got a spot big enough for the both of us, if you wouldn't mind.
All right. What are you going to be doing?
Making sure that Salem doesn't get into too much trouble by himself.
That's
And with that, I
probably a
kind
good
of
idea.
jet off.
Act like I'm gonna burn down the woods.
I'm immediately starting.
Could you hear that?
I was right here. I didn't go very far.
Thought I said it pretty quietly. Anyway, we're off.
You'll find that Salem and I have very good hearing.
Wait, you can hear that too.
Yes. I'm like 20 feet. I'm like 20 feet away from you. Like, yes, I heard you clear as day.
All
And
right.
I follow Salem to the tree.
All right. What is
I
everyone
immediate-
else doing?
I immediately start looking for things to make a lean-to for myself because I know these damn tents aren't going to fit me.
All right.
Make a very large, very nice lean-to.
All right. Where are you going to be? Where are you going to be stationed?
I'm gonna be over. I'm talking to the one that was pointing out the tents. So can I upgrade to the cabin?
The half elf male kind of chuckles like, I know how it looks, man. The cabins are like an earned sort of thing. Like you gotta go, you gotta make your chops, you gotta be all who you should be, and then you can become the counselor, and then you can go stay in the cabin with us.
Right. It was more of the reason I needed that was because I need to set up my things, and I brew a lot of concoctions that sometimes would not do well with weather fluctuations, if you get my meaning. A lot of the alchemical components can start to corrupt when experiencing high moisture density and things of that nature.
There's a long blank stare.
As I expect.
Okay, so like, I know those are awesome skills to have. I understand, science is totally important to you, and I get that. But we got a different style here. We got a different wave here. Don't worry about those things right now. Just get your stuff set up in whatever tent you like, and I promise no one's gonna mess with it.
Do I have to have a partner, as it were? Or can I bunk by myself?
That tent looks small enough to get away with that. Kind of points out a sort of drab gray out there.
I don't need anything fancy. Corvex actually lands on my shoulder, right? And as I walk away, it looks at him. Nothing fancy.
Hey.
And I'll head to the tent.
Does a little wave over towards Corvex.
He flutters and fluffs up.
I am looking for a tent close to where Brigade is setting up with
Alright.
Casimir.
You can see Casimir, as much as she's, got your hand, you notice that she seems to be drifting a bit anytime she sees a couple of the kids, together talking or playing. Like almost so that you're kind of holding up her weight as she's kind of leaning towards, trying to get a little closer to.
Kira, release that child. Let her go off and play.
You're here? I thought you were at the tent.
As I'm passing by.
Okay.
See, with all the bottles and Bunsen burners walking by.
As
I just kind of
if you were near me, I would lean down to Casimir. I know you still have an extra life. Don't show it to the other kids until one of them tries something.
Gives you
Don't actually.
gives solid eye.
You know what I mean. Like if one of them tries to kill you, that's the only reason. Don't just bring it out and stab someone for no reason. Okay.
I look down at Casimir and I say, "You're wanting to go make some friends?
Nods up to you.
All right. I'm going to stay near please don't go out of my sight. But I will let you do this.
I'll stay right here. Kind of points around the tents.
All right. So I let go of her hand, but I make very sure that she is within my sight at all times.
She's not far. It's a couple yards away, and she's already just sort of like planted her knees into the ground, so she just kind of slide towards this group of the other kids and just begins talking with them.
Okay. And while she's doing that, if I see Brigane or the doctor nearby, I'll kind of wave one of them over. I'm assuming Brigane might be a little less busy at the moment.
I'm building a lean-to in the general area that you're in.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially, I've taken the biggest tent that I can find and made a outward flap so I can go underneath it. But I've basically just been skirting the outskirts of this camp, finding branches and stuff. Probably at some point during your mini conversations, you definitely just heard me hacking at stuff just in the background. I just come back with like a few trees just on my shoulders.
If I can get Brigane's attention, I'll wave him over.
Yes.
You know what this place reminds me of?
What?
Starfall. Everything is too perfect.
Are you okay? Thinking about that?
Yes, I mean, I may never be completely fine with it, but I bring it up because I'm worried there is something more sinister lurking in the background.
I've learned to just assume that is what's going on.
No, I think I'm there too. We're not out of the mists. Or the hold of the mists, I should say.
No, not at all.
We have a lot of people to protect here.
I'm very concerned that everyone thinks that we are children. That is a weird thing. Granted, when I was like, well, one of the kids said he was 32, so technically some of these kids are older than me.
And me.
But you, relatively speaking, for our races, and I was about 7 feet tall when I was relative to that age, so I still look old. Maybe not 7 feet, like 6 feet.
Details.
As you're talking, the elf that was or the half elf that was directing the kids to the tents passes by, and just a simple, "Hey, that's a great lean-to, big kid." Kind of gives you a thumbs up as he walks past.
I make an intimidation check with that. Just I growl at it.
Yeah, you can.
7.
Your growl comes off at least for his perspective seems like more of a disappointment or frustration growl. He goes, "Don't worry, you're totally gonna get it. I'm gonna show you how you can make it even better later. Don't worry, it's gonna be great." He goes about his business.
I start clicking a finger on one of my hand axes.
Put a hand on Brigane's arm.
Not yet. I know I'm not going to do it.
But you're tempted. Yes, I know.
The thought was there, I wasn't going to.
That's what counts.
All right, over to Salem and Bronwyn. It's an easy walk. There's nothing particular in your way, but you come to this, we'll say almost like a grove, with only one tree, if that makes any sort of sense. that the land itself seems just a bit different around here. It seems like a bit cooler. It's a little bit of a darker green, and it is just this one very large oak tree.
Does it feel a bit lush right here to you, Salem?
Bit. I've encountered strange foliage before. Not quite like this. Can I do a nature check or something like that to see what could be causing this extra lush area to be the way that it is?
Sure.
As he's surveying the tree in the area, do there seem to be any like knobs on the tree that one might be able to climb it?
As you approach the tree, and we'll answer both of your questions with this. As you approach the tree, in it are some, you would think them to be carvings in it, but on a close glance, there's not the damage you would expect with a knife. Even intricate work does not seem to be there. You see various curling designs into it, and there's also an alphabet that Bronlund would be familiar with. I said etched into this wood. Yes, there are almost perfectly placed knobs that would work as, perfect way to lift yourself, almost a ladder extending from this tree.
Am I able to read anything on the tree?
There's a lot. There's a lot to read. It would take you a serious amount of time to sit. It's not just like one large word, carved into it. You're talking about on every swirl of the design are letters, built into it. So it would take you some time, but yes.
And I got a 15 for my nature check.
You're aware that certain plants and vegetation and even animals will definitely react in places of magic, where magic seems to pool, that nature itself seems to amplify in its size and breadth and almost capabilities. So you have little doubt that there's sort of a natural pool of energy, as far as you would assume, probably right underneath this tree.
Okay. So that go to Bravo. Well, from my general time out in the marshes and the woodland areas, there were certain scuffles and major rituals that took place, that repeatedly took place in certain spots. These were consecrated grounds, so to speak, places where a lot of sometimes intense magical energy would gather, and nature itself would react to that. I'm seeing the same kinds of effects here. From what I can tell, this lush upbringing isn't natural, it's magic. And it seems like it's coming from, and I point a finger downwards, right below our feet.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. But nothing really has gone our way since we've been together. I kind of scratch my head and ask, do you think we should, like, investigate this tree, like, down under?
Reeling from that for a second.
Oh, we are full of them tonight.
I don't see the
think-
problem.
Does it look like there's any area around the tree, like closer to the tree, that looks like it's loosely compacted dirt or something like that?
No, it looks like this tree has been unbothered for 1,000 years.
Okay.
I mean, you can obviously see the footprints, sort of the trail that you followed up here.
Mm-hmm.
You can see that sort of activity, but anything around the tree looks like it's remained exactly as it has for a very long time.
Perhaps it is worth the investigation, though I don't want to go digging anything up just yet. These folks said that this camp of theirs lasts 2 weeks. The events seem to pass far more quickly for us. I think at the very least we don't need to go breaking any ground tonight. Keep your eyes open. Maybe there'll be some sort of other clue that will lead us to uncovering more about whatever's going on here.
I kind of lean up against the tree and give it just a tap and say, right, with a little bit of time, I could read this bad boy.
Oh.
The moment you tap that tree, the moment you have contact with it, you feel energy just wash through you. It's fantastic. It feels right. It feels like everything that you had studied throughout your druidic trainings. This was the energy that was always spoken of. You may not have felt it this intense before, but that exact glance just feels like just pure nature just sort of hitting you.
Can Salem tell? Like, is there anything happening?
I'm sure you're making an interesting face.
Okay.
You all right there?
You didn't feel that.
Feel.
I go and grab his hand and I touch it to the tree.
See, I look incredulous and like my hand is starting to outstretch, and then you probably just take it.
It's smooth. It's a smooth, nice bark for an oak tree. The etchings in there are interesting, but you don't pick up that same reaction.
Okay. I mean, it's a well-worn bar. That's what I feel. And am I able? Not that I'm able to read it, but am I able to tell what language it is that's etched on?
I'm gonna give you a yes. Yes, you do not know how to read it,
Oh, yeah, no,
but you are aware that the druids had their own alphabet that they worked into and were only able to communicate, or only another could communicate through it.
Gotcha.
So you've seen it in some of your travels, but it's never
That's
Never
something
been
I've able
taught.
to learn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that considering your affinity to nature, that uncovering the secret of this message is meant for you. I didn't feel whatever it was, but I can tell that whatever that was is connected to everything else around here.
Right, well, does our party have like lamps on us?
I do.
Okay. Right, well, Salem, reckon you wanna take some time this evening, when everyone's gone to bed, and, just kind of stand watch as I try to cipher this, or decipher, I should say.
Yeah. Actually, I was thinking. I was actually thinking I was going to probably set up my own. I'm not a fan of their tents. I'm more comfortable being off the ground, if that makes sense. So I was actually going to hang my hammock up in that tree right over there, the one, probably the closest one in the clearing. Wasn't gonna go too terribly far, but if you need help with the deciphering of this, I can hold the line.
Seems like a plan to me.
All right. Are you two planning to just stay here at the tree?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of anything else that's happening, I have rations on me, so I might offer
Those
that.
rations won't last you forever, say.
No, they won't. But I still have some.
Seeing like Salem start kind of like hanging out at the tree, I get like a little like, right, I thought we were gonna come back tonight. They said there was something cool. I love camp. I went to camp a lot when I was a kid. But if you want, we can start now. It's just like, it's first day.
It's orientation.
Orientation.
Tell me, brother, what was camp for you? We have very, very different interpretations of what this whole thing should be about.
And you just see like the biggest smile come up on my face, and the fidgeting that I was doing just like totally stops. And right, so camp was, like I said, me and my brother, we would go just a couple times a summer, and it was just kind of like overnight weekend stays. But I made the best friends, and we learned how to like bake bread, and we made bracelets, and we played kickball, and it was a really fun time. And it's just, I got too old, and then they were like, well, Brian, you could be a counselor, and I was like, it won't be the same. I don't know if I want to do that. I think I'd rather just attend, and yeah, I had to stop going because I didn't want to be the counselor, but it's fine. So I'm just kind of excited. I mean, like, I know that earlier I did say that I wanted to be a counselor, but that's just so I can keep like a better eye on Casimir. To be honest, don't tell the others, especially not Brigade. You know he'll make fun of me, but I'm just excited to like do camp again. It's been like a good 5 years, you know?
Yeah. Sure. That makes sense.
Seeing Salem like not be like as excited as I am, I like go up and I like just kind of give him a grab around the shoulders, camp, man. It's so fun.
So no wargs stalking you at night.
Nah. I mean, they were like warg stories, like, you know, ooh, they're gonna get ya. But they never did around the campfire.
Mhm.
Salem, we're gonna get you a good camp experience, mate.
You wanted to go to camp. You wanted to go to camp multiple times.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll see what this is all about.
Rogue
We'll
has a
head
sad backstory.
It'll be fun, mate. You're gonna enjoy it. You just gotta let yourself be. You know, let yourself do it and let yourself have fun.
Okay. We'll see what this is all about. I won't promise anything except for I will give it a try.
And I kind of take him arm by arm and I kind of frolic towards the group.
All right.
Right, Salem, come on, let's frolic.
I'll keep pace. Frolicking, not yet.
All right. Back at our tent city.
What are we doing for food here?
Well, I don't know
they're
about
feeding
you.
us.
I assume they would feed us, but to sustain us, here, come check this out. I have something to show you about.
I don't like when you get that voice.
Come. And I'll
Hey.
go around behind my tent, and there are casks there that are set up with some tubing going between them and a fire going underneath some of them and smoke, and it's bubbling and churning. What do you think?
I'm not seeing this. I am keeping an eye on Casimir.
I don't. You have to have figured out by now. I don't know at any RPCs.
Yes. Okay.
As you give that line of "What do you think?" You're apt to notice there's a small child standing next to Brigane, arms crossed the same direction, just sort of looking over your table.
Is he copying me?
Not directly, not in a mocking sort of way.
Let me. Here. And I grab a
Looks up.
I agree. Who are you? Where did you come from?
I'm Andy.
Andy? Who is your daddy and what does he do?
I grab a tankard and I bring it underneath and I spin the spigot and out pours a frothy liquid and I hand it to you. Try that.
You hand it to me?
Yeah.
I give it to the kid. No, I'm not going to do that. I take a seat. The
It's,
tiniest of sips.
It is an excellent, smooth tasting ale.
Okay. Doctor, you know I don't drink, right?
What? You're a sailor.
There's a whole thing with me not drinking. There's a whole thing about this.
Well, give it to the kid then.
Wait, how old are you?
He's
Old
like
enough?
30-ish.
No, I said, like, what are you, about 30, 34?
Yeah.
Okay.
Super convinced.
Takes that little sip, like anyone who ever had at a young age. Instantly just tries to pawn this thing back into your hands.
Yes, wait until you're older.
And books it around the other tents.
And I give it back. Oops. Kick
So
my
what are you then? Spirits? What's your tonic of choice?
I usually just drink water. I much prefer to keep my mind about it. Bad things tend to happen when I'm angry in a normal state. I don't want to fully lose control.
So you're an angry drunk.
No, it's just something from when I was born. Okay?
Fair enough. All right then. Well, I was all excited to show you, but apparently,
Cora would be very excited about this, though. I believe she enjoys me. And
well, where'd she go? She was right with you.
she's
Just a
watching.
moment.
She's watching Kester.
Oh, that kid can take care of herself.
Be responsible for the child.
We're around many children.
Yeah, but we know that one.
True. She's not going to go too far off from the other children. They tend to congregate like sheep.
We didn't intend to get snatched up in mists and come here, so who knows what could happen.
I look around. Nah, I don't see any mess right now. It's fine until it gets weird. And it'll get weird and we'll be all aware of the weirdness.
It was weird as soon as we got here. Why am I the one making sense today?
We're on vacation, my friend.
I just go into the tree line and go hunting. Gura, do you want a rabbit or something?
I'm assuming you mean dead.
Yes, for food.
If there's an immediately obvious way to cook it, sure.
I can. And the doctor made alcohol.
Oh, what kind?
Ale.
I'm curious.
It was smooth from what I could tell. I'm not really qualified to assess alcohol that well. I don't really drink all that much. But I'll be back with some.
All right.
I then immediately go feral and take my shirt off and run to it.
That will make me stare. That will make me stare.
No, I don't actually go feral, but I do just take a shirt off and get on my lean-to, bring out 2 axes, and walk off into the woods. Just do
A
it.
little stare.
I have a feeling that Salem and I have frolicked past this. And
feel like
I give a little side eye to Kura. Raise my eyebrows just a little bit.
I'm raising my eyebrows back because you're arm in arm with Salem. So
I watch you two going, and I look at Salem like, what the hell are you?
I'm being jostled. It's fine.
You know what? I'm getting some rabbits and stuff. I don't feel like waiting for whatever they serve here.
All right, I'll just go and light that campfire then. And I go and say, right, here's Maya. Do you... she's having fun, and light the bonfire.
All right.
In the middle of all of the tents.
All right, as you do. I assume are you doing this the old school way or using magic?
Magic, baby.
I was giving you the option.
But I give them a little bit of razzle dazzle. Are there any kids around?
There are.
Right, and kids want to see something cool.
You see a couple heads crane over and look your direction.
And I just kind of point at it just over the shoulder, and it just erupts.
All right. This just roaring fire just set instantly into the campfire ring. And as you're looking for your glance backs, your accolades, you see that Casimir's been telling the other kids, presumably about all of you. Because they point back to that, just like that. It was on the boat, and then they.
And I wave.
The other kids are just like slack jaw. One of them.
So what's supposed to be this surprise? Is there some sort of event list, I guess? This sounds like it's supposed to be more of a party.
So as you're questioning it, the rest of the counselors make their way over to the tent area and say, okay, everyone, now we have a ceremony we have to do to start up camp. Now it's a little scary, but it's super cool, and I promise you're gonna be totally safe.
As they say that it's scary, I'm pulling out a knife, and then when they say safe, I'm like, oh, for it.
It's just something we have to do before every year of camp. Now, if everything's awesome, you guys can come along with us. If everything's not okay, we'll let you know, and we'll keep you safe.
We sacrifice the youngest child every year.
There's a little less confidence in that second explanation.
Well, I made a promise. Let's see what this ritual, ceremony, whatever it is.
And I scoop his arm up in mine, and I frolic to the front.
All right, you approach, and it's Bellspring, the male elf, and Danny seem to take the lead on this. You see, Bellspring is carrying something wrapped up in cloth, probably about 1.5 feet to maybe 2 feet tall. Can't tell what it is, just something very delicately wrapped in fabrics.
This should prove interesting.
All right, so who's feeling brave right now, and who is? It's still okay if you want to stay here. Who feels like staying here? There's sort of, it maybe a third of the kids raise their hand and sort of stand up ready to go along. I take it everyone here is joining in.
Oh, if I'm looking around and just like waiting for everyone to like say yes, we're
I'm
ready.
still in the woods.
You are
Yes,
still
I'm
in the
ready.
woods. Even with your excellent hearing, are you aware of any of this?
I would have been gone by now.
All right.
I was already.
As it is, you're trekking deep into these woods.
Looking for getting 6 rabbits and a bushel of berries and such for the doc, because my wanderer feature says that I can gather find food, fresh water for myself and up to 5 people each day, as long as the land provides berries, small game, and water.
Oh, the land will definitely provide, but it'll certainly take some time to.
Yes, so
Yeah.
I'm
All right.
avoiding whatever this dumbass stuff is, because I don't want to be called a big kid. Freaking trust balls.
All right. All right. So, everyone else,
I was pulled up to the front by
we
Brian.
were pulled up to the front.
I think that speaks for itself.
Danny does a lean over and waves at the two of you. See, you're making great friends already.
We were pretty well acquainted beforehand. Danny. So, are we going very far? Are we having to, introduce ourselves to the land, or what's the situation?
Kinda, but also I don't want to tell you. But you're gonna find out, probably, and it's gonna be great.
I'm inspired with confidence, and I
It's-
take out a knife.
She kind of like looks a little concerned with that. That's you can keep that, but you don't need to have that out right now.
I'm not too keen about being taken places that I'm not sure what's going to happen. We've had a lot of that in the very recent past, and almost none of it has ended up super well. So,
Well, I'm pretty sure you haven't had anything like this in your recent past.
I'm sure I don't know what you mean.
I feel like
Nope.
it's definitely a big trust fall thing.
Come on.
Please, lead on.
All right. So, the two counselors, all of you, and a handful of the kids make your way north. You cross around the lake in the center, and one of the counselors, Bellspring's kind of pointing out different things. You know, it's, all right, so over here, this is the actual proper Fellcourt spring, and if you're totally ready, we're going to teach some of you to swim in there. It's going to be great. It's going to be strong. He's like kind of pointing out different things along the path. This goes for a brief amount of time. You make your way north, and you make your way up, and what seems to be out of the clearing, kind of straight into the forest as the trees go a bit taller and sort of canopies over, and it starts to get darker. Not unsettlingly dark, just deeper into those woods.
So
Okay.
deep that they end up passing me.
I see Regain's already got like the mud slathered over. Just like propped up against the tree with the blades, just watching everyone pass by.
Etched out like a tree branch. Just, oh no.
Just eyes peering.
All right.
You're gonna get
We're
like
gonna
a very not concerned look from Salem. Just
we are
like seeing
shy
Regain.
of Regain.
Good luck with that.
You don't see me.
Mm.
I'm not actually there. These were all bits. These were all jokes. Renee definitely comes back to the camp after everyone's left, like, okay, I found some. Oh.
I will let you adjust yourselves. You should have free grab of all your characters.
Yeah.
Seems to be good. Shard tabletop. It's awesome.
Shard tabletop. This has been nice.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed.
I
learning
look
this.
sidelong at Kira. Would you like some ale?
I would.
It's a bit fresh, so it's not too. It's more fruity than it would be actual ale, but give it a day or two. If I could find some honey, then I could make a good mead.
And then I would be very grateful.
Right, now, didn't you say you were a vegan?
Indeed. No, not a vegan. Vegetarian. We all do our part. The animals provide, and some of them enjoy the work.
As you move forward, the counselors both turn to face you both. Okay, everyone, if you can just stay right here for just a moment. We gotta check and make everything's that everything's okay, that everything's perfectly safe and perfectly safe.
Yes, you said that.
Well,
I,
yeah.
Can I do an insight to see if
Go for
there's
it.
actually something going on here?
Go for it.
If
Oh, wait.
Salem hasn't grabbed like his arm away from mine, I like kind
Oh,
of
no.
tighten a little bit. At
No, I
that.
haven't removed it or anything.
My nostrils flare, and I kind of whisper over to him. Right, they never did anything like this at my old camp. They never had to assure us that things were safe. This part is a little funny. I'm not too thrilled about how this is going right now.
Yeah. I'll respond to that once I hear what Bran has to say.
All right.
So I rolled a 5, plus 7 is 12, but
Alright.
because of my ear for deceit, anything that is 7 or lower, I get to treat as an 8, so 15.
15. All right. It's stated with not complete confidence. It's stated with pretty sure kind of a tone. Like everything's gonna be okay.
But
Yeah, there's a little but at the end of that confidence.
right.
I just want it badly enough.
So
So to answer Bronwyn, yeah, there's something that is very off about whatever is supposed to be happening. They look a bit wary themselves. What is it that you need to check on? Is there something wrong?
we just need to make sure whether everyone's company is welcome or not at this exact moment. So it's going to be fine no matter what.
Sure it is. I pull my pistol and check to make sure it's loaded before shoving it back in.
Remember, kids, always check your
Oh.
ammunition.
When in doubt.
Safety's on.
The Games Tavern does not endorse anything that Daryl Dorsey has to say on the stream.
You see Bellspring and Danny kind of go, so you see a quick game of rock, paper, scissors between the two of them, where Danny wins and Bellspring goes, it's cool, I got it. And walk forward. As he moves forward, the canopy of green just sort of blocks where he's heading. There's the overgrowth of the forest, the ivy and the vines and everything is just made a perfect canopy. It looks like he's almost walking into a green wall. There's just a bit of an opening where you see him pass under. And he's gone for a little while.
Is this normal then?
She nods over to you.
Well, I would assume you'd feel more comfortable as the one who's not going. You said that whatever it was going to be perfectly safe. Yet, the hint of worry was not lost on the rest of us.
You know, it is perfectly safe, but sometimes things can still be kind of scary and safe at the same time.
You made Andy here pee himself, so I can smell it.
Andy's drunk.
And he does smell funny right now.
I
Could've
don't know
been-
how that happened.
Could have been spitting up the ale. A couple moments pass, and Bellspring comes out of the green wall and waves everyone forward.
cautious.
All right, let's go.
Look, cautious look over at Bronwyn. Well, I'm not exactly thrilled about the prospect of walking into the unknown. But if that's what's going to get this done, let's see it. Where do we need to go?
And
I step forward.
I whisper back, right, well, I mean, it can't be worse than, like, being in a giant body, right? Right?
So you say that? Let's not tempt fate.
So Danny's walking backwards, keeping pace with the group. He's like, awesome. Okay, so everyone, I told you everything was going to be fine. Everything's cool. But I need you to be super calm and use your small voices. Okay?
I definitely tense up. I am not calm.
Seeing how she's trying to prepare us, I am now in hunter mode. I am taking stock of everything around me, and my footsteps become lighter. If Bronwyn's still at my arm, they can tell that I've tensed up more, like a spring being compressed. And my dagger is not being brandished, but it's at the ready.
Okay.
As we go forward, I'm going to pass my hand over my eyes, and it makes my eyes glow a little bit silver around the edges. I cast See Invisibility on myself.
Okay.
Just to make sure we don't get snuck up on by something unseen.
Excellent.
I drank.
All right. Danny, still facing you, kind of goes through this canopy, and you just see her figure kind of disappear. Who's taking a...
I kind of whisper over, I bet this is like some secret paradise, like tropical waterfall back here. And you can tell, like, I definitely don't believe what I'm saying, but I'm like psyching myself up to go through this.
This is totally the other camp counselors are dressed as monsters, and you got these real live adventurers about to just freaking smoke them right now.
For the real monsters were you.
I mean, I'm not here. I'm off on the other side. Just
Went into the woods with 6 camp counselors, came out with 2. It's fine.
As
I've
I'm
got
like
Casimir, by the way.
perfect. I was just gonna say, as like my fear is like overtaking my body, I look back to make sure that Casimir is okay. I see that she's with cool Aunt Kura, and I feel a lot better.
Cool out, Clara. As a lot of you reach through the vines and enter through, you're greeted with this glade, this beautiful, deep, dark, rich forest floor. There's beautiful vegetation on every single side. It doesn't matter what there is, because that's not what you're looking at right now. What you do see is an enormous green dragon resting and lifts up its long, slender neck, looking over. And even though it is still far away from you, it still just seems to loom over all of you as
Cool.
you make your way in here. And I think we're going to take a really quick break, and we're going to be right back and see what happens to all of you. Except Brigade. Brigade's fine. You've already caught 4 of the rabbits you were looking for. You're doing great.
I'm just gonna hear commotion when I get back to camp. I'm just like, oh, what's happening over there?
Got a little fire in the spit going.
Alrighty, well that's the thing. All right, come on back, find out what happens.
Thrilling conclusion. All right, we are back.
Yep.
So, now that most of you are now face to face with a large, obviously at least an adult-sized green dragon.
Oh boy.
Love that.
Fascinating. I don't see any wires or... Oh, this could be an illusion. Is this illusion-based?
I don't think so, Doctor.
Somebody throw a stone at it.
Not
I
a
can't
good
throw
idea.
that far.
No.
So Bronwyn would now notice probably the most motion of like getting them off of his arm, as I am now like crouched down, not like trying to like get away, but like again more of personifying that compressed spring. This is not a great situation, and this isn't a I'm gonna fight you. This is a you blink and I'm gone.
As though a lot of you are probably fairly frozen in place. I know all of the the kids are. Bellspring slowly approaches, holding up that wrapped object towards the dragon. And as far as you can tell, that bright golden serpentine eye has never left you. Every one of you are feeling that eye is exactly on you. Bellspring approaches this hoard of treasures. Again, I don't think anyone has had an opportunity to really observe much of the surroundings around it. But there are definitely some very lovely things in here. It looks like the gold is the least of this dragon's concern or its care or its pride. There's just some beautifully carved statues and just anything that looks like it took a true artist hand to craft seems to be amongst these treasures.
I lean over to Kira. Is that a coffin? To its left there, or right?
It certainly looks that way.
Interesting.
It is indeed. Bellspring pulls the cord. The fabric drops down, and you just see this beautiful statue that seems to be made of jade or some other rich green stone. It appears to be an owl in flight. The dragon's head, at that moment, finally, the eye turns away from you and observes this little statuette in front of it. Shifting.
Yes, suitable. Place it.
Elf nods and sets it down near a myriad of other beautifully carved and beautifully tooled instruments, and kind of bows in politeness to the dragon and kind of makes his way back to the rest of the group. Okay. Right, well, kids, this is Lysmith. Lysmith is a green dragon. Green dragons generally live in forest and woods, and they will move in and sort of take over. You hear a bit of a snort come from.
Protect.
protect the wooded areas.
It is literally my Smith.
Mm-hmm.
And Lysmith is generous enough to let us hold our camp here. And we're very lucky, so if you want to, you are allowed to thank Lysmith for protecting us for allowing us to be here.
Kind of look around.
It's real. That's a thing.
You hear the toppling of gold and metal as this giant claw reaches down to pluck this statue, sort of observing it further. Kind of sets it down. Again, the eye just fixed on you.
I don't take my eyes from the green dragon, but I whisper loud enough for the others to hear me. Measure your words carefully. We are in their territory. And beasts such as these, they can be fickle. We should show our appreciation and get the hell out. And with that, the dagger that I'm holding, I flick it around so that way it's front facing, and I have the blade, the broad side of the blade towards Lysmith, and I place it on the ground in front of me, and I just back right back away, not turning my back to Lysmith, but I head backwards out of the canopy.
It cranes its neck down to look at what you left.
Good.
Two left, right?
2.
I kind of feel around in my pockets. And I have like nothing. I have left my stuff at camp. So I do sort of like a nice little like curtsy bow. I just kind of awkwardly move away.
I will also bow and step back.
It seems to have almost not acknowledged the two of you.
It's okay.
Like, it's odd because you somehow feel the eye is not on you as the curtsy and the bow commence.
Things are people.
All right, children. Go ahead and thank the nice dragon for having us here.
You see as a couple of the kids, are just like patting themselves, looking for anything they can just set down and offer.
I'll reach into my pouch and I'll pluck a gold piece out for each of the kids and I'll hand it to them. There you go.
Kids look terrified and grateful as they go and set down their coins. The dragon observes them. And Doctor?
Well, I guess I'm it then. All right. Well, it's but gold, and I flip like 5 gold pieces out on the ground. There you go. As you were, and as I was, and I back up.
Yes, as you were.
Thank you.
And then leans back. Danny approaches the group. She says, okay. So, how is everyone feeling?
Like it's a good time to leave.
That's, that's the common response, and we can totally leave now. Now, just because we're all protected now, don't come and bother Lysmith, okay?
Are we still around Flysmith?
Yeah, you're still, easily in dragon range.
Cool.
I hold my tongue.
Fascinating that you would continue to maintain a camp here within the protection of a dragon.
We are very lucky to have this arrangement.
Well then.
Sure, it's a fascinating story about how this arrangement came to be.
Oh, not so much fascinating as we are just lucky. All right, kids, everybody, wave bye Lysmith. Bye. She waves, and a couple of the kids almost frozen in their track wave. And she's starting to try to usher the lot of you out.
If any of them are having a bit of trouble moving, I will encourage with a hand on the back.
Yeah, you're definitely able to usher a couple of them out. And you go through the canopy, and again, that deep hue of green seems to leave, and while you're still definitely well into the woods, light seems to be more normal and coming through. The daylight greets you properly once again. And you believe you're out of earshot of Lysmith.
Right, and now why exactly did we take a bunch of children to a dragon that at any point could just decide to eat them? I don't understand.
Who are you asking?
It's just general for everyone to hear. Disdain.
It
Upset.
looks like he's well compensated for his protection, if I'm not mistaken. That was a rather large hoard that he was sitting upon.
Tell
I
me,
kind
Doctor.
of glare in Danny's general direction.
I'll say to the doctor, but loud enough to know that, or for the counselors to know that this is kind of towards them too. Tell me, Doctor, how long do you really want to live by the grace of the devil?
My death will only expedite my final destination. So,
That's generally the way the death works.
for most, yes, but for me, it's. Anyways, to answer your question, dragons are scary, yes, and I showed him proper respect with my tithing to him, and so I expected to not get gobbled up.
Momentarily. And
Momentarily.
there's glare shot over at the counselors. Momentarily.
But as I said, he looked pretty compensated for it, and dragons do, above most things, love gold more than these little niblets here. That kid there might choke him a little, but but other than that,
Is it Artie? Oh.
About what time of day is it?
It still seems to be fairly early in the day, despite the hours that have gone by.
Okay.
Not in a strange sense, not in an alarming sense. It's just still pretty early in the day.
Is there much more that they have to show us on the way back, or because I mean, in terms of what I was going to, I'm not going to be saying pretty much anything else on the way back. It's silent trip, listening, and obvious. Like, if Browland's still like at my side, they're gonna know that I am kind of blankly looking ahead, and that's like the listening face to make sure that we're not being followed. Still very tense.
All right.
Annie, how many years has this arrangement been going on?
He kind of gives a shrug. I don't know. As long as I've been going to camp. Don't worry about Lysmith. He's big and scary. But I mean, he could have munched us all a long time ago if he wanted to. Personally, I think he kind of likes us. He would never say it, but I think he likes us. No,
Certainly likes
that
the
over there. It's not a bribe. You know, it's sort of a tradition. It's more for show. It's more of a show of respect. We're not. He's never gone after any of the counselors or the kids or any of the campers ever.
Good to know.
He doesn't come into the camp. He minds his own.
Reckon you can tell us about the rest of today's activities.
Yes. All right. So now that we got the super spooky one, and you all proved how awesome and brave you are. By the way, I need some high fives by the end of this. You are going to be able to choose what you do next. So we got a lot of stuff set up, and it's going to be whatever you're interested in, whatever you really want to learn, and we're going to start teaching you, and we're going to start getting you on the path, and you're going to become awesome by the end of camp. So as you're continuing to walk south, she's kind of pointing out directions. So if you look over there, right out, you see a hand pointing to what just looks to be various different flowers in bloom. Seems like big bunches of different herbs and flowers. Okay, so you know, you may not always have a good a cleric or someone to help you out, you know, in any sort of healing ways, but that's okay, because nature itself has plenty of medicines that I can work with. So over here, if you want to go learn, we're totally going to teach you what plants to find, if you got a snake bite, if you need to get rid of venom, if you just need to patch up something, anything, you know, they can definitely show you what to do. And over in this wooded area, you in the distance, you can actually see one of what you presume to be another one of the counselors is there. And you see several birds on a shoulder, different sizing. It's like a sparrow, and you know, like a chickadee. There's the little ones there, and just a raven, you know, just kind of slumping down that shoulder with its weight. You see, a couple of deer not too far from it. He's kind of leaning over. So over there is totally where you get to have a better understanding of the animals around you. You're going to be able to communicate better. We're going to teach you all about them, what they eat, where they go, how to find them. So that's another really good lesson to learn. And the walk continues, just like points over to the lake. So over there, some people they don't have the strength they need yet, and this is where we offer to teach and perfect some swimming. There's a lot of times you're going to find yourself in some water, and you do not want to, be lost without lessons.
So, Brand, how deep is that lake right there? That like this deep pool that I'm seeing in the middle of this map?
You don't know currently.
I do though.
You
that's
do.
why. That's why. That's why.
That's
There's a reason why I'm asking. So, when they walk by this lake, they just see seated out there. For those of you who've seen Brigade's character arc, he wears a sarong in his character arc, but he normally wears pants. You just see a sarong folded next to the to the lake, and then right when they're walking up, Brigade just comes up out of the water. It goes, sorry, and like covers himself slightly and reaches for the sarong.
It is actually very deep in there. You are positive that this could easily lead into cavernous, into natural springs sort of level of deep.
He was swimming / bathing himself. He hasn't had a chance to do so. He also, the reason his sarong is there to figure out when you get to where the campfire was. But he picks up the sarong and quickly tries to cover himself in front of the children. Okay. How was everyone was gone when I came back. So how was your day?
Just finish up Brigade.
Okay. I was already.
You missed a big dragon.
We were going to talk about that later, but yes, all right.
Okay, well, the rabbits should be a must. The dragon?
A green one.
I just had to go hunting.
Pleasant little outing is squarely within the territory of a green adult dragon.
Which, I point at Dora. I told you something was going to happen. Wait, you
I
told me.
believed you.
We both agreed.
Yes, we did.
I should probably put on actual clothes.
Yes, you should.
I kind of just walk with the group. I don't run away. I walk with the group. And then as we get back to the actual camping area, you see my shirt and my pants are out drying by the fire that Ronald had made, along with a few rabbits that have been cooking while Brigade has been bathing himself.
All right. As you had made your way back to the tents, Danny or Bellspring had pointed out several other activities, mentioning the giant tree that Salem and Bronlin had currently discovered. Talks of a little vague on describing it, but in the sense of how to better connect with the nature of your people. And at one point, Bellspring points across the lake, and you can see a series of several small floating islands of land just sort of hovering just above. And he points out, and sometimes you want to get just a little bit of knowledge of the magical arts. That's something we'll also provide. Sometimes it can't just be found in a wizarding book. Sometimes you have to find it elsewhere. You can find it within, you can find it without, but it's something else we're going to learn. We're going to see what you're skilled at, what you excel at, and we're going to make you awesome. Rather, we're going to bring the awesome out of you. You're already awesome.
When they start talking about the tree, I nudge at Salem and I ask him, do you want to skip all that? Go back to the tree.
Yes. There's a lot of things going on here, and I'd like to have at least one answer sooner rather than later. My dear Bellspring, these activities, they're not just held today, is that correct?
Oh, heck no. No, you got 2 weeks to do this.
Perfect. So, my associate and I, we're wanting to settle in, get a lay of the land, understand our surroundings. Would it be alright if we took the rest of the evening to ourselves?
Yeah, of course. We have to, of course, insist you do not go into the woods on your own. But if you just want to take a breather at camp, just relax in your tents, get some rest, that's totally fine.
Right. Okay. Well, we appreciate your hospitality, and I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, there's no harm in doing just a bit of wander around the camp. Just don't stray too far.
Right, we just really want to connect with the nature. Obviously, not in the woods, but definitely appreciate it. And we will see you later.
I got you a bunch of vegetables. I know you don't eat meat. I found a bunch.
Thank you, my friend.
I was totally in the woods by myself, by the way, for like a while.
Breaking rules.
Right, so before we
I
go
was
off, do you
literally
think we
naked.
should tell the others? Or do you think, let them have fun?
I think it may not be wise to toss around ideas before we know anything at all. As far as we know right now, it's just an area that has a lot of concentrated magic.
Right. And before I steer Salem off, I go to Casimir, and I just kind of squat down and say, right, now you make friends, but also be by Kura. And I kind of just I'm watching you, but I'm not actually watching you.
And I'll signal to Salem and wave him over.
Yes, Doc?
So, I see you're getting a little light on blades there. At least the ones that you show. Can you part with one for an evening? I'll get it back to you in the morning.
You get to skin something?
No, I'm going to see about enhancing it for you so you stop. Well, at least you'll have one that you don't lose.
Sure. Yeah, here. And pull one out of the bandolier that I have and hand it over.
Excellent.
You can.
This one I can lift.
Yes. They're already perfectly balanced, so I'd caution against unevenly applying anything.
No. I pride myself on an even application.
Very well, Doctor. I'll give you two.
Tuck it away in my coat. Stab myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
As
I saw that.
As I walk by the fire and kind of pluck a rabbit up. Thank you. Just be careful when you head back out there. Dragons are hard to gauge.
Which way was it?
Point in the direction that we went.
Oh, okay. So I was underwater when you guys were.
It was a good ways out, but they also tend to claim a good area.
If it's anything like a dragon turtle, I get your meaning. But dragon turtles can be deadly.
I just tend to be wary of pretty much anything dragon.
Oh, yeah, you should be.
But again, I appreciate the hunt.
No problem. He is still not put his clothes back on.
That's never even
Yep.
like no reaction there.
Damn.
He's not butt naked, obviously. I thought about it, but
What are we, PG-13?
no.
I think it's
a,
actually PG-33 because most of the children are around that age.
it's a children's camp. That's why he kept a sarong nearby.
Thank you.
It's a camp for children.
Well, he is BK for a reason.
Or
So,
like BC.
Gathering up.
So what does everybody intend to do?
While Bronwyn is still over here, I asked them, could you watch Casimir for a bit? There's something I desperately need to do.
I would like both of you to give me a perception.
Who is this for?
Bronlin and Kura.
10.
Okay. A nat 20. 22.
All right.
Nice.
You see
One
Casimir. You say Casimir not too far from you, hanging out with the other kids. Nothing's out of the ordinary.
Good. I'm still asking the question.
Right. Asylum, like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm close enough. If I'm close enough, I definitely go. I can watch Casimir.
Okay.
It's okay. I mean, if you want to catch up with her, whatever, I can set up.
No,
It's gonna be 5 minutes. It'll be fine.
what I'm going to do is take a page out of Brigane's book and go jump in the lake for a bit.
Yeah.
If I may, let's go ahead and sit up by the tree. I would like to wash my clothes, if that's all right. I don't particularly like having my scent in the nostrils of a dragon, and getting that off would do a little bit to set my mind at ease. So perhaps a swim wouldn't be too outside of maybe what's appropriate right now.
Right, let me go and ask Kesmia. I mean, she's pretty filthy. We all are. So I kind of walk up and kind of squat down at her level again. Right, Kesmia, do you want to clean up before continuing your day? It's been a while.
She looks kind of disappointed at the prospect of cleaning up. I mean, no.
All right, you can be dirty if you want. It's just, that's fine. And is it muddy on the ground at all?
Not particularly.
Okay, well, I pretend like I'm scooping up some mud and kind of do
You
that.
can still dirt her.
Yes, I have dirted her. And I say, right, now just make sure that, you stick around for game, okay? Don't want anything happening to you. And then I walk past Brigade on the way to the pond area, and right, you said you'd watch her. Brigade.
He's already looking off somewhere else. Huh?
Yes,
You're gonna
What?
watch Kesmia, right?
I said I would. Are you
Okay.
going to keep asking me questions?
As long as it takes.
Let's go. They'll be fine.
Okay, Casimir, you need to take a bath.
It's fine. It's fine.
I immediately bring out a bunch of plants that I know that can be used as both soap and antiperspirant. And I'm just like, oh, this is going to happen. You don't have to go as deep, but you have a sin. You don't want to be the smelly kid at camp. Do you want to be the smelly kid at camp?
No.
Okay.
But I want to go into the bathtub. I don't like strange bathtubs.
No, we're gonna jump in the lake.
Lake? Yeah, why didn't anyone say so? Lake.
That's what you watched. You watched me come out of that water.
I didn't know that that's what you meant.
Yeah. No. You think I fit in a bathtub?
No.
Exactly.
Oh, that was the cutest laugh.
Yeah, we definitely go jump. We jump in the lake.
All right, I'm gonna say it is a. Oh, I know you're gonna want to have the lake episode after this, so I'm not even gonna attempt to wrap that one up. All right, a lot of you make your way over to the lake. The water is cool but not icy uncomfortable, and
Oh my gosh, save the details.
you prepare to enjoy yourselves for the day. Should anyone look up to the sky before making their way into? They would see a solitary cloud, just a little silvery, starting to roll in. And that is where we'll stop for tonight.
Okay.
I love camp.
Yay!
I've technically already
Look
gone
at that.
streaking.
You you finally had a peaceful episode.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For now.
Momentarily.
Yeah, but you enjoy it while you got it.
Yeah.
Do we have a winner?
We do, but we also have another announcement first.
Ooh, more announcements.
So while
So-
our tech ghosts are pulling that up,
Yeah, so while they're pulling up who the winner is for tonight, so you should definitely actually go ahead and check out some of our other friends. Our friends over at Dirty Deeds, they actually moved over to Wednesdays. They start at 7 p.m. Eastern. Having saved the city of Newsire, the Fallen Star Company hits the road towards the Moorlands as their dreams continue to haunt them. what dangers lie ahead within the blasted wasteland.
And
Also,
sorry.
can't forget the Velkin Weave. They may not have been on today, but normally Tuesdays before us, they roll out with the legendary DM Eric Meng. I think I'm saying that pronounced Meng. I'm sorry if I'm not. Someone correct me if I am. The Velkin Weave have to contend with a battle for luck between the gods of good and bad luck, while also investigating deep into the Underdark to find out what nefarious beings are perpetrating dark acts.
And don't forget to subscribe to the Games Tavern YouTube channel right now. Subscribing is free and you don't miss any of the action and access to all the shows and content. Your likes and positive comments on the videos help future adventurers find out about the shows.
And drum roll as our tech goes. Get the winner. Okay, so we're about to announce the winner of the Overhead Games Epic Character Generator. That winner is unknown at this time. And that is completely okay because we still have a few other things that we can tell you.
Well, we could easily stall.
Oh, I can stall all day, baby.
How about a thanks for the charity that we raised over the weekend?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That went super
that was
well.
incredible.
Yeah, we
It
raised a
was
ton of
about
money.
$4,000
Mm-hmm.
for Operation Supply Drop. Incredible. Thank you everyone so much for those of you who donated, for those of you who watched and supported the shows. It was an amazing turnout, and we're super excited to do more charity streams with y'all. Let's see. But before we continue on, make sure y'all go to overheadgames.com to check out the Epic Character Avatar Generator. You can see that it's super easy to make villains, your PCs, literally anything that you want. They more than likely have. I'm going to kick it over to Laura real quick.
Yes. Huge thank you to Shard Tabletop for sponsoring this show. Go to the link in the chat to check it out yourself. Use the code TGTShard20 all together to get your 20% discount on subscriptions.
I am going to ask if one of my friends can scroll up and pick a winner from the entries. I know we had a couple entries. Y'all are going to pick one. But while we're doing that, there's going to be more drum roll because I'm starting my sign off. Y'all, I'm Jess. I play Bronlyn, our Tiefling Druid, and you can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram at Jess the Human. That's JESTHEHUMAN. I stream like every day. It's a little fun. A lot of the times Daryl's there, sometimes Matt there, sometimes it's Kyle. Y'all, thank you so much
We have
for the raid.
we have a winner, by the way. I think you know who they
Oh,
are.
thank God.
Okay, we have a winner, Pooh Brain Brandon. Congratulations, you won the giveaway. Our tech golems are gonna reach out to you. But live action roleplay. Thank you so much for the raid, y'all.
Hey.
Wow.
Hello.
We
Nice.
actually,
Thank
the
you.
Games Tavern streams a ton of different D&D shows as well as TTRPG. Y'all should definitely smash that follow button. Check out the schedule. The Mist is arguably one of the better shows that they have. They're all fantastic,
Shade.
but
Shade.
we're pretty cool. And we stream every Tuesday from 7 to 10 Pacific Standard Time. Y'all should definitely check us out. Again, I'm Just the Human on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram with only one S. And I'm going to popcorn it over to Kyle.
Hi, I'm Kyle. I was Salem Clan, and you can find me on Twitter at Lord Kyle K. And I actually also just started streaming myself, and my Twitch channel is the Lord Kyle K. I stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, roughly about the same time actually that I'm here in the Mist. So I have a pretty consistent stream schedule there. I just started. And I'd greatly appreciate seeing anyone else over there. We have a nice, chill, cool time. Gonna popcorn it over now to Laura.
All right. I'm Laura Perard. I play Kura the Twilight Cleric. You can find me on Twitter and on Twitch at Laura Perard. That's my name's all one word. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's Laura_Perard. And you can also find me hanging around the Games Tavern Discord. And I'll popcorn it to Daryl.
Hello, I'm Daryl Dorsey. I play Brigade Stonebuilt, your Goliath, not Eldritch Knight. I don't know what I play. But your Goliath Rune Knight fighter.
There you go.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Mr_Daryl Dorsey, and here on Twitch, usually streaming whenever I feel like it, at Daryl Sucks at Gaming, sometimes with or without Jess the Human, sometimes during their Twitch stream at the exact same time while we're talking to each other across streams. We cross the streams. I'll be putting that in the chat. What? We cross the streams. That's a Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
to cross with you.
Ghostbusters.
It's Ghostbusters. Come on. I'm gonna toss it over to Matt.
Hi, I'm Matt, and I was playing the Doctor, the Elven Artificer Alchemist, and you can find me on all the socials under at Matt Fellman, all one word, MattFehlman, just like it says down there. And yeah, I sometimes stream randomly when I feel like it, games, mostly Dead by Daylight, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. And hey, thank you guys, everybody that showed up with the raid. Hit the like button. It takes zero effort, and it would really help us. So, and I will popcorn it to Kyle. Did you go already?
I did. Thank
All
you.
right, Bran.
More Kyle.
Sorry.
Give the people what they want. I want to try my Daryl outro. Hi there. I'm Bran. I've been your DM this evening. You can find me at Voice of Bran on Twitter, or if you want to know what I do with the rest of my time, you can also go on Twitter and find at Spirit of the Wilds, where you can find a multitude of candles in which I painstakingly pour my blood, sweat, and tears. There are no fluids in your candle, I assure you.
You're on Amazon too, right?
Oh my, yes. You can find us on Amazon, on Etsy, on many fine. I don't know. I drew a complete blank there. I went too far to the voice. You can
It's okay.
find
We love
me.
hearing you losing yourself to the voice.
Thank you. It's doesn't happen too often.
as Noah keeps zooming in on my reaction to this.
He's so confused. The
Thank you.
voice is throwing him off. Is Daryl on screen right now?
Is that
Oh my
how
god,
I
the
sound?
overlay is perfection. Wow.
Yes.
Oh my god, that's
Nice,
weird.
smooth transitions. Yes.
I just need some smooth jazz going right now, and I'm.
Oh my God, yes.
I can't tell. I couldn't tell if that was a compliment or. I'm gonna take it that way. I'm gonna take it that way.
It's so smooth. I'm sliding out of my chair.
Okay, let's save some of this for the lake episode.
Yeah, we gotta.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lake episode. Yeah, let's
The
do that.
lake episode. All right. Good night, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining me. Hope to see you next time.
Are we raiding?
Um,
We should raid. We got a lot of people. I know I'm throwing a monkey wrench into this whole thing, but
You interrupted my goodbye.
I'm sorry.
Who deserves?
Critical Bard is streaming Dead by Daylight. That's all I can see. That's
That's all. Yeah, that's what I got to.
so.
I don't know. That's on the Tech Goblins. Anyways,
All right, y'all. See you next Tuesday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. The lake episode. Woo!
See ya.
Later.